Oh my lord. Hey, we jump into it right away. Alright, disregard the first 8 seconds. It's Wednesday afternoon, gang. Hopefully this video will process in time like the last time I tried. But anyway, fuck this one. At any rate, welcome one and all. A bit rainy. We've had rain basically today. So you're not tuning for a weather forecast, but I figured I might also do some things here. It's so much fun now that I really want to stand there and give love to the Nationals now. Figure, oh, they're a contender now. Which, I'll be honest. When I first started delving into the social media world, by writing a blog, going on Twitter, doing YouTube originally. This was back in '08. And this is going back 4 years ago. I said this. I said I wanted to see a World Series in Washington by 2013. I said this 4 years ago now, and I've never backed off from it. So this year just may be the point where either this gets accelerated or this is a make or break year. I'll be honest and say this. This is the make or break year as far as the Nationals are concerned. This is the year that you're going to determine whether this team honestly, truly is a contender, or this gets relegated to mediocrity. But it's not going to get relegated anytime soon. There is a bit of a minor setback. And oh, here we go. Picture just keeps freezing. I don't know why it freezes, but Sammy Solis, who I think I talked about once upon a time that they saw him, or at least I watched, I should say, was the Arizona Fall League Championship game back in the December of 2010. And I talked about how that he'd pitched 4 innings in that game, gave up 2 runs. I think they were both unearned. But it was enough that I paid attention and said I need to really study this guy, follow this guy, hope to just follow him up the ladder. Well, yesterday the medical staff figured out that whatever injury he'd had with his shoulder, it requires Tommy John surgery. So sadly, you're not going to be able to follow him this year, but at least they know, and it has been learned because of how this was done to Jordan Zimmerman. This was done, of course, to Steven Strasburg. The recovery time from Tommy John surgery is 12 months. That is the bare minimum, is 12 months. And as I said, they see the success rate now. So, so at least this time next year, they'll see Sammy in training camp and then see where he's going to go from here. It would have been penciled for starting the year, would have been either Potomac or a better case scenario, you probably would have made it to Harrisburg by maybe June or July. You never know, but okay, it gets put back a year. It's great. It's cool. At least it's another cog in the mechanism toward maybe getting that World Series show up next year. But it's still going to be fun. So spring training. Well, let's see. The games start for real now, or should the spring training games start for real? Is Saturday. Thank you. I was trying to remember it was Saturday. The Strasburg Watch, if you're interested, will be Sunday. Thank you. Sunday, 1 o'clock. They'll play Houston. And we'll get to see it locally here. I guess it's going to be, they'll probably show up on the MLB Network on Sunday. I can't tell with their schedule. But don't be surprised if it does show up. So anyway, it should be fun. This is going to be fun to watch this year. It's just going to be so much fun to watch the Nats this year. And I think I kind of let this out of the bag in a video before. I get to see it in person. I have to travel all the way to Boston to do this in June. I think I said this before. I'm going with my brother and all of that. I really would have loved to just like stick around and hang for a few hours after that game. It would be fun to have a little bit of fun before I'd have to come back. But but then again, they never know my brother. He just didn't believe in having a little fun for a layover, but whatever. But that's months from now, and I can get to talk about it as we get closer. What was I trying to say here? Oh, Caps just keep frustrating the shit out of me. Here it is. It was last night. They spotted the Islanders 2 goals in the first period. And then it turned around, and this is like the last 3.5 minutes or so in regulation. They come back to tie it. This thing goes into overtime. Ovechkin delivers. I'm like, oh, it just becomes maddening. Who knows? I mean, if they make the playoffs, this is just going to be frustrating as all get out. I don't know if this is going to really bring Dale Hunter an extension to coach. Maybe it does. I don't know. It just becomes so frustrating. Bear with me, folks. It's just frustrating to watch the damn picture freeze on here. I just have this gut feeling this video may not take hold, but I'm going to soldier on with it. Anyway, so you just get so tired at my age. This is why I take long pauses here. Redskins want to trade up to get Robert Griffin III. They want to trade up and try to cut a deal here with the Rams for their draft picks so they can get Robert Griffin III, which I'm saying here right here and now. If you get him, this is going to be the franchise quarterback. I know a couple of years ago they said that of Jason Campbell, and even I was on board with that, but but this is it. I mean, this is basically the last shot. If Shanahan fucks this up, or Dan Snyder finds a way to fuck this up, this franchise is doomed. Flat out doomed. So, we'll see what happens here for the NFL draft. Yeah, which is toward the end of April. Thank you. Yeah. Told you my mind is just not working today. So that's pretty much all I'm wanting to touch on. So before I get to say adios to you motherfuckers and what have you, I'll do a little personal thing here. Right about now, as I'm doing this, it's about 10 minutes before, so they're in the middle, should be in the middle right now, should be halfway through John Thompson's radio show. It's a local gig there in D.C. Today is John Thompson's last day of doing his radio show, which he's done for like 13 years. And a refresher course for those of you outside the area, John Thompson was the former head basketball coach at Georgetown. Won a national championship, was a force on and off the court. On the court is one thing. There were things that were done off the court. If you want to deal with racial equality and what have you. But he has done a radio show, locally in D.C. for a little over 13 years, and today is his final broadcast. I would not have known this had I not picked up the Washington Post and decided to read that. And I ran across Mike Wise's column, so yes, and even though I understand Mike Wise has the radio show on a competing sports station in D.C., his first priority is working for the Washington Post. So, but anyway, what I was leading up to. Those who are, sorry, that goddamn picture freeze. I'm telling you, I'm getting frustrated. But those of you who are old enough and you may remember seeing John Thompson when he coached, they understand, as I said, man was a figure to be reckoned with. And I have heard the guy, and I have heard his radio show, a lot of times. So, it's a shame really that he wants to give up the radio gig from the local aspect. It does not mean he's given up the broadcast aspect altogether. They still see him do NBA games there on TNT. I think he's going to do some March Madness games because they have this real big package that involves not just CBS Sports, but it involves TNT and TBS and True TV, because it's a deal with Turner Sports, what have you. But he's still going to do the NBA games there for TNT and all of that. But he's given up the local radio business here. So I just figured, you know what? It's a nice way of saying this. He will endeavor and has endeavored in doing his television gig. So at least you'll still be able to see him. But for those of us in around the DC area and they listen to his radio show, it's not going to sound the same. To be honest. So I just figured, that there's a shout out. So, there's still some of us who do remember you. So that is all I'm going to say on that. So we are now at the end of our little program. And I have dry lips, chapped lips, whatever. I have all types of lips. Alright, we shall see you when I get around to doing a video, or hopefully this one will take hold. We keep my fingers crossed. So here we go, boys and girls. Adios, motherfuckers. I shall see you. Hopefully, I will see you. Come on. I need this damn picture to move. I hate this shit. Every time I get toward the end of these things, it just holds up. I don't know why it holds up. Oh, here we go. Lock up. Oh my God, here we go. Lock up. Well, here I am. Lock up. I hate this shit. I'm not redoing this video. I'll tell you that right now. I ain't redoing this video. Okay, gang, what this means is you just have to disregard the last 2 minutes of this. I've never found a way to edit this shit out. I have this capability. I can edit it out. You see, YouTube likes to remind me, hey, I've been upgraded to the new video manager. Yeah. God, it's like I'm going to have to redo this bastard. Come on. Oh, here we go. Now it decides it wants to move. Why me, Lord? What have I ever done? Okay, there we are. Oh, God. Okay, like I said, disregard the last 2 minutes of this video. Now I get to really try to shut this thing off and cross my fingers and hope this thing takes hold. I shall see you when I do another video. So, adios, motherfuckers.